Peggy Stevens, and this is Life as You Know It. Indiana World Skating Academy in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we are here during a summer training camp with all these wonderful kids. And there's a reason why we wanted to come here, is because this small group represents kids from literally around the world.
I'm 15, my name's Tara, and I'm from Australia.
From Australia.
I'm 14, I was born in Japan.
I'm Carly, I'm 15, in the Philippines.
Carly, 15, in the Philippines. And how about you?
I'm Ernie, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
And how old are you, Ernie?
16.
What if I asked you a question of what does manners or etiquette mean to you? Well, how would you describe that? Somebody with manners.
The way you act and you act proper.
All right, Tara, what about you?
I think it's being polite and saying please and thank you, acting good in public. Not saying bad things to each other.
Now, if I switch it a little bit and say, what does manners mean to you when you're sitting and eating? What would you say, Angelica?
Well, put your napkin in your lap.
Put your napkin in your lap. What else?
Use your forks and knives.
Okay, use your fork and knife.
And
Good.
do not eat too loudly.
That's right. But where did you learn manners? Was it in school? Was there a class that you ever went to?
No, certainly not.
Well, where do you learn it? Because you all seem to know a little bit about it. Where do you learn it?
Our parents.
Parents.
Your parents? Your parents? Do you think your parents know everything there is to know?
No.
Oh, really? Well, it was sure fun to talk to the kids from Indiana World Skating Academy, and I know that was a small sampling, but sure a broad scope globally of where some of these kids came from Australia to Japan to right here in the United States. And what I heard over and over again, and I hear through the course of all the different seminars that I give on etiquette and protocol, is that they learn from their parents. So that leads us to the question, parents, how much are you teaching your children? And frankly, how much do you know yourself? How comfortable are you in a formal setting like this? Well, we are at the Omni Hotel in Indianapolis, and the Omni, of course, knows a few things about setting an appropriate table setting. I don't care if you are eating at a fast food restaurant or if you're eating at a formal banquet. The whole purpose behind etiquette and the meaning of dining is that it creates a very distraction-free environment. It helps people kind of navigate through the meal. First of all, the napkin. There's a functional way to put a napkin on your lap, and it is folding the napkin in half and laying it to your belly button. And the reason why you would do that is because if you did it the other way, as you collect breadcrumbs or debris on your lap and you stood up, they would fall over onto the floor. So by having it creased to your stomach, you avoid that. Now, as far as finishing with the napkin and using it, you are to pat the corners of your mouth instead of a big wipe of your mouth, just the corners of your mouth, and that goes for men too. If you need to be excused, all you need to do is just simply fold your napkin back, of course maybe not as fancy as the original napkin fold, and then just place it on your chair as a symbol that you are away at that point. Have you ever approached a table and wondered, which bread plate is yours and which is the person that's sitting next to you? That is such a common mistake. So I'm going to give you 3 simple letters to remember. You will never have an issue again. And those 3 letters are BMW, just like the car, bread, meal, water. So you will always know your bread plate from your meal plate from your water glass. And you will never interfere with the person that's next to you. So have you ever wondered sometimes which fork to use at what course is being brought? Well, it's a very simple rule. You work from the outside in normally. And forks and knives and spoons, they're all created at different styles and settings to accompany the type of food that you're eating. It's not to trick you, it's again, functionality. Now, water glasses, as you can see, there are several glasses on this table, but your water glass will always be your first glass. And remember the trick of BMW, that means bread, meal, water. Your water glass will always go to your right and directly above, a little bit offset, your plate. And as for the coffee cup, if ever you're at a banquet and you decide that you're not a coffee drinker, or maybe you've just had enough, you just turn your cup over just like this, and that will be the sign for the banquet staff to take it away. If your plate was a clock, at 12 noon is the top of the plate, but at the 10 till 4 position with your fork and your knife, it symbolizes to the banquet staff that you're finished with your meal. Now, if you are not finished with your meal and you're simply in that resting position, just taking a little break or maybe grabbing a drink, you would place your fork and knife in a resting position, slanted against each side of the plate. Now, once your plate is removed by the banquet server, then you'll have 2 remaining forks, or maybe a fork and a spoon, and these are normally at the top of your plate, and that of course is for dessert. And all you need to do without picking up the fork or the spoon is just simply move them into position so that you can be ready for your dessert. Salt and pepper is such an easy thing during a banquet, and you may be in the habit of giving one or the other. But actually, when someone requests salt or pepper, you're going to hand them both. That way you won't be asked again, and everyone knows exactly where the salt and pepper shakers are at all times during the meal. You know, many times there are bread baskets on the table, whether it's to be served with the salad or maybe when the dinner comes. However, the rule of thumb is whoever is closest to the bread basket should automatically reach for the bread basket and offer it to the left-hand side, to the right-hand side, and then take one piece of bread for yourself. That is the rule of thumb. The same goes for your salad dressings. Perhaps the best form of etiquette advice I can give you is to simply make people feel comfortable. That is what we call human protocol.